Today, I want to tell you something that shook social media and brought back together two names many believed were already buried in the past. An unexpected encounter between Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir triggered a real media earthquake in Istanbul. And what happened afterwards left everyone wondering if some stories truly ever end. It all began last night when the two met purely by chance in one of the most exclusive venues in the city. According to the staff, neither of them knew the other would be there. Demet was chatting with friends when she saw Can walk in. And for a moment, she froze. He recognized her and simply smiled. They exchanged a brief greeting, but the silence that followed in the restaurant said it all. The tension between them was obvious. The real explosion came outside. Chased by the press, Can made a short but shocking statement that immediately became headline news. When I saw her, my legs literally trembled. It felt like the past came rushing back. Some things don't fade with time. That sentence was enough to reignite all the theories about what could have happened between them off-screen. Even if nothing was ever confirmed, their chemistry marked millions of viewers. This time, Can's words sounded like a confession kept for years. Meanwhile, Demet remained silent. She posted nothing and avoided public comments. But a close friend revealed that, once home, Demet said something that worried everyone. Seeing him like that made me think. She didn't explain further, but it was clear the meeting wasn't as simple as it seemed. Witnesses present in the restaurant claimed that the energy between them was palpable, almost as if the surroundings disappeared for a moment. On social media, blurry photos taken that night began circulating with the same remark. When they looked at each other, something was there. As fans analyzed every gesture, more serious rumors began to spread. Several production companies were reportedly interested in reuniting them in a project. Some sources even talk about a script already being prepared, convinced that their on-screen connection could come back even stronger. Commentators are divided. For some, it was just a polite greeting. For others, it was a sign that a never-closed chapter might open again. One magazine analyst summed it up like this: Can's words are a statement. Demet's silence is a defense. When two people look at each other like that after so many years, something moves. And here is the big question everyone keeps asking. Was this coincidence just chance or an unexpected twist of fate? What is certain is that the night in Istanbul left a deep mark. Can trembling as he remembered the past. Demet thoughtful, unable to hide her confusion. And millions of fans wondering whether this story is truly over, or if there is still a part waiting to be told. And lately, seeing everything happening around Can Yaman, I can't help thinking he has fallen into an emotional storm he didn't deserve. People blame him for choices that weren't his, point at him as if he were destroying lives, when in reality, many problems come from people approaching him without sincerity, without heart, and with too many hidden interests. I say it clearly. Some women enter a man's life not to build, but to break him from the inside. And in Can's case, this is clearer than ever. I think of Sarah, and honestly, I feel her presence has done more harm than good. Some people say she should walk away, stop embarrassing herself, and above all, stop dragging down those around her emotionally. And I agree. When someone abandons their own child, chooses instability for an adventure, and treats feelings like a pastime, what kind of energy can she bring to someone like Can? For me, none. People talk about her losing financial comfort, but what she truly lost, if she ever had it, is responsibility, and respect. It's no surprise some say Ken must carry the backpack he picked up along the way. In the end, every choice has weight, and he chose to get involved with someone surrounded by shadows and conflict. But Ken isn't innocent either. Some say he gets involved with anyone, and it's true that he sometimes acts impulsively without filters, letting people into his life without understanding their intentions. His intense way of living makes him vulnerable to those who don't want what he wants. What I'm sure of is that there was never a solid foundation between Ken and Sarah. Many openly say it. What they had wasn't love. It was noise, interest, publicity. It was smoke from the start. And without truth, everything collapses. What weighs on Ken now isn't the relationship itself, but the image left behind. A disciplined, bright, hard-working man dragged into an emotional circus he seems desperate to escape. Meanwhile, Demet'S name keeps appearing. Not because she's involved, she lives her life in dignity and silence, but because the comparison is inevitable. People remember who Ken was alongside a stable, talented, authentic woman, and who he became afterward. I don't believe in fairy tales or returns, but I do think Demet symbolizes the balance he lost. Not because of her, but because of what came after. In the end, their story doesn't need confirmation. It clearly left a deep mark. What he's experiencing now shows how far a man can drift when he surrounds himself with the wrong people. And no matter who tries to deny it, I see it clearly. Ken must clean himself from all this chaos, leave behind toxic relationships, and return to being that strong, disciplined, radiant man admired by so many. Because he is worth far more than what currently surrounds him.